Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now I want to do a quick follow-up on the LG G8 Thinq. Now you guys remember I did an unboxing of this phone the other day and I was super excited. This phone has an 855 Snapdragon processor. I paid $200 for it. So right now I'm going to give you the pros and cons after about 3 days of use, whether or not I think you should buy this phone. So let's go ahead and turn this thing around. You notice the always on display, which is amazing. I love this feature. The fact that you can just keep the phone on a flat surface, turn it around without even having to, actually you don't even have to pick it up, and it's just going to tell you what time it is. It's amazing. Okay, so let's go get this thing unlocked. Alright, and now look how fast the face unlock is. I just put it up a little bit and notice my face, and it just opened up super fast. Face unlock feature on this phone is absolutely quick. It's probably one of the faster face unlocks that I've seen on any phone. Now, first thing I did was, after I put all my information in, was I got rid of all the AT&T bloatware. Now this is an AT&T locked device. I'm using it on Cricket Wireless. I have no problems at all. I do have a problem though with the updates. Since this phone is an AT&T device, all of the updates have to go through AT&T. So with this phone, we're going to go down to About Phone. My software info here is basically telling me it's Android 9 version on March 1st, 2019 security patch. Now for me to be able to update this phone, I'm going to have to get an AT&T SIM card, put it in there, and then hopefully I can get the over-the-air uploads. But as for now, I'm pretty much stuck on last year's security patch. Now I'm also going to get this phone unlocked pretty soon. I think it's like $20 to pay an outside third party to unlock the phone. I usually use the unlocking company. They've been really good to me, so I'm probably going to do that, and hopefully I can get the over-the-air software update. If not, I can go through LG Bridge. Another thing I did was, as you can see here, I'm not using the typical LG skin. I'm not a fan of the LG skin. I'm not a fan of the Samsung UI. I'm not a fan of the Xiaomi skin either. So on all my phones, I download the Pix launcher. So let me go ahead and show you where that is. So you see how here, if you go to Google search on your Google Play Store, you get the Pix launcher, and this is what it looks like. It says Pix launcher early access, and then it's got a name down here, Frederick Julian. This is the one that I use. This is the one that I use on all my phones. I even use this exact same launcher on my Pixel 3 XL. Even though the Pixel 3 XL is a stock Android device, I don't like the fact that with the Pixel 3 XL, you have to swipe all the way down from here to access the menu. And I don't like that feature, so I like to make it as bare bones as possible. Closest thing to stock Android. And the Pix launcher gets me there. Now, another thing I did was I installed AccuBattery. Now, I always recommend when you get a renewed phone to install AccuBattery on all your phones, because AccuBattery is probably the most consistent way of figuring out what your battery's health is. And on this one, I'm getting, I have 90% battery health, design capacity 3,500 millihours, estimated capacity 3,166, based on 6 sessions with 295% charged. So 90%, I'm totally digging it. You know, for a phone that's about a year old, and I'm not sure exactly how long it's been used, but 10% degradation on a phone is definitely acceptable after about a year, because it typically takes about a year, I believe, to lose about 10% of battery life on a phone. So the battery on this phone has been actually really good to me. I probably used this phone about 70% of the time over the last couple of days, and it's my main phone right now, but it's not my only phone. But I've used it the most out of all my phones, and I can say that I'm actually pretty pleased with the battery health on this phone. If we look at what I'm supposed to be getting here, is at 53%, I'm getting 3 hours and 39 minutes of on-screen time, 25 hours and 57 minutes of idle time, and 9 hours and 26 minutes of combined usage. And that's actually very good. So I'm actually very pleased with the battery. I actually think this battery is actually better than my LG V40, because the LG V40 has a bigger screen, so the battery is going to go ahead and drain faster. This is a 6.1 inch. Now I do wish that this was a 4,000 millihour battery, but at the same time, LG likes to keep the batteries a little smaller just to kind of keep the phones a little lighter. So this phone is very light. Alright, so that's that's pretty much it as far as the battery is concerned. So I have no issues with the battery. Now, if you want to get a battery case, go for it. You know, then you can literally never worry about the battery. Okay, now another thing is, let's talk about the cameras on this phone. Now, I ended up taking some photos. I took a photo last night, some French fries, some food, and you can see that there's a lot of detail here. So the photos are really, really good. All right, so let's go ahead and see one. This one's got more color. This is from Easter. And just look at the photos. I mean, these photos are really, really good, guys. I actually love LG cameras. I love how LG doesn't overprocess like Samsung, doesn't overfilter. So I do prefer, if somebody says which one do you like better, LG or Samsung, I know that picture quality is subjective to the viewer because not everyone's going to agree which one is better or not, but I actually prefer the LG cameras over the Samsung cameras. Now, of course, I'm going to prefer the Pixel over the LG also, but video recording, I'll take the LG video over the Pixel recording all day. And Samsung also has really good recording, so Pixel's probably main weakness is their video recording, but at the same time, it's not that bad either. But compared to LG or Samsung, it's you know, these two companies actually just are better at video recording for some reason. Now, there's another feature here that LG tried to experiment with. Now, I'm going to try it right now, guys. It's called the Air Motion. Now, this is really hit or miss. Sometimes I get to do it right, sometimes I don't. Now, I'm going to try to stand up here and see if I can do this, where it has to like actually scan my hand and see if I can get this thing to scan my hand, guys. Come on. Come on. See, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I go too far, sometimes I don't. Right now, it's not doing anything. Come on. You can do it. There we go. All right, you see that? All right, that took a while. Now I'm going to go to YouTube. Let's go to the right, and look how it just opened up YouTube. So that's pretty cool. I don't really see the point of that, but LG's always trying to, you know, do something new, innovate something. I think they took it off on the V60 because people weren't really into it that much because it's just easier just to go ahead and access the app with your fingers. So now let's go ahead, since I'm on YouTube, let's go ahead and play the video, and I want you guys to hear what it sounds like. All right, I'm gonna put it at full blast, and
it's really good, and not just really good for manual shooters. Like, it's really good for everyone now. What if you cut a couple cameras off the LG V40 and spruced up the auto and HDR modes? Well, you'd have the LG G8. Flashback to the LG V40. I was months ahead of the XO for my criticisms of the phone's auto performance, but I don't ignore...
All right, now you heard what it sounds like when the phone is laying flat on the surface. This phone is actually designed so that the screen actually serves as a speaker, kind of like a boombox. Now I'm going to lift the phone up, and then you guys hear what it sounds like when the phone is in my hands. All right, so I'm going to do that right now.
The advanced modes in my reviews. A camera is more than just an automatic shutter button. Come on now. The main takeaway for the G8. We get most of the hardware improvements from the V40, but with significant polish to software and processing.
All right, now I'm going to put it down again, and you guys just listen, and then I'll lift it up and you guys listen. All right? So I'm going to put it down again. Now listen.
It's the V10. Every generation of LG has improved auto modes while still lagging behind competitors. The G8 is a lot better. I almost filled a 128 gig card during my testing. This phone is so much fun to shoot on. Scene selection, processing, HDR, and we get that great standalone night mode. The feel is still very different than Apple or Google, and LG still doesn't seem to be using the same kind of stacked exposure trick in regular auto, but
now I don't know what it's going to come out like on the video, because I guess when I'm sitting here I can actually feel the vibration, and I can actually feel the surround sound kind of vibrating everywhere. But I can tell you that this phone actually sounds a lot better if you just lay it flat on the surface and just listen to content that way. And then also, let's not forget that this phone has a quad deck on the bottom, which is going to give you amazing headphone experience. If you put on earbuds on here or headphones or whatever, this is one of the best for audio. And LG is just the champion when it comes to sound and surround sound. I have no issues. I've actually loved this phone, and I just can't believe that I paid $200 for it for a Snapdragon 855 processor. And the phone is just super quick. I mean, this phone is just fast, man. I mean, it'll blaze through apps so quick. On my next video, I'm going to go ahead and do an AT&T benchmark and compare it to my other phones and see which one will perform better, and do some comparisons heads on and see what happens, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe down below. Thank you.